talk plugs, talk flow, talk smack. I keep it above, play the 50.
What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your girl, Teresa Davis of TV Productions. I'm about to interview Bossman The God. Yes, sir.
How you doing, baby?
What's up, love? Get ready for this fantastic interview, you guys.
So clear like a damn iPad, net full of glass. Might I add, I'm savage, I'm sash, killer beats, whole tag. Yo, trap, I'm this, I'm that. These rappers got shots, flow so air. I just read up with another flow. Might just hit the jeweler, ice another roll. This a hookah lounge.
Here we are with Bossman The God.
What up, babe? How you feeling?
I'm good. It's your girl, TD Productions, Teresa Davis. I have the awesome chance to interview you, my man.
Appreciate it.
I got a question that sticks out, and it's so far. I want to jump right into it. How did you arrive to the name Bossman The God? That's like that's a big thing, The God. Tell me about that. Help me out.
A lot of people that's familiar with me know it came from Bossman. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole brand, the way I built myself. That originated from just being, like, I felt like I was on my own boss growing up in life. I was really never, like, a straight follower. I knew when to follow and listen to somebody giving me some game that was taught, but I would still just find my own path and do stuff my way. So I sort of took that from a lifestyle and applied it to my music. Like, if you notice, like, when I'm rapping, you can't hear a Bossman record and be like, yo, rap this way on this one and then that. Like, some people be like, well, that's not really like having no style. But the style is just, I just do whatever I feel. So that's pretty much being the boss of yourself. The God part come from two things. Like, spiritually, it come from, like, I'm not religious. I used to be, but I don't believe in religion no more. But I definitely believe in God and the high being. And I think, honestly, we are our own gods. Like, you can create your own heaven and your own hell. You becoming is what you believe in, the confidence you have in yourself and the things you put in your life. So that's what just comes from the God. And then from the cocky, arrogant side, I really feel what I did for the city of Baltimore on the rap tip, nobody has done it yet. So I really feel that, like, I'm the God from that point. Not that I've got to be the hottest person at this point, because it ain't really about that. It's just like, from knowing everything, having experiences, and the things I did, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I earned that title so far. So. Okay,
when you say what I've done for the city, break it down to me as a person who doesn't know Bossman The God, haven't watched any of your interviews or any of your videos. Tell me what exactly you've done.
I had the biggest deal for $1.5 million with Jermaine Dupri in the DMV area, period. The success of that record deal wasn't the best. You know what I'm saying? That's trial and error. And look at me getting signed in the area as Baltimore that nobody from Comp, who was signed first, to Los now, his deal ain't really working out. I think it's just like by us being the newcomers in the game, certain things just ain't adding up. And I don't think it's just the artist. It ain't the talent. It's like the business part of it too. Because you got to figure, if you coming in, most people, like if you was from Atlanta, your manager gonna be from Atlanta, or your team and producer gonna be from Atlanta, because it's a business there. Or if you was from LA, so they gonna be plugged in and already know how to do stuff. So you got to figure out artists like us. I know we was coming up. It's my man that's managing me. It's my homeboy that we had a dream, believing in, and my homeboy don't know nothing.
Right.
No, let's just keep it real. So when we get in the game, ain't nobody else in Baltimore really holding us down, schooling us, and taking us, like, taking care of their own. So, because that platform ain't there. I mean, we had Kevin Lyles. He's starting to do it then. Like, I actually had meetings with him when I was shopping my deal, and he wouldn't sign me. Okay. Which, like, me and Kevin had no problems. I think it was the dumbest shit in the world. Okay. Like, it makes no sense. Because I already sold the records as a layup. Wow. I shouldn't have been with Jermaine Dupri. I should have been there.
I've heard you say this often since I've been in your presence. You say everything happens for a reason. Yeah. So there's a reason for that, am I right?
Yeah, I don't regret it. Just like I said, I have no ill feelings or no problems with Kevin. It's just like looking at it in hindsight when a lot of people that's not in the industry don't be knowing why we not working. It's like, yo, trust me, it's bigger than the artist. Like, it's we ain't out here failing because we ain't dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the other pieces ain't there that's looking out for us, like how other people do in their own cities.
Because while we're on talking about dope, I think that you're dope.
Yeah.
I think your music is very catchy. I think it's when you hear it a couple times, it did just jumped in my mind. What we just listened to, Lyrical Track. Yeah. I'm gonna get to that though. I'm gonna ask you about that. Okay. But I want to go back. I want to rewind a little bit back. When you was talking about management, how did you meet fantasy management? How did that come about?
Very real, natural. In ironic situations, a true story. I'm coming from the gym and I'm talking to, like, I would call him my mentor, my big brother. Definitely a person that changed my life. My producer, Neezy from One Up Entertainment. He got me, like, all my deals, my publishing deals. He was involved. and we was just talking about stepping back out there and really going like how we going hard. And I was like, yo, I'm really, cause really like at this point in my career, I'm funding all my own stuff. You know what I'm saying, my own boss. But I was like, yo, we don't have the team. And I was like, I can't be the artist and still be running the business. I was like, so until we do that, I can't go all the way. And then ironically, somebody called my phone. You know, you don't answer the phone from somebody you don't know because you don't know the number.
No, I don't. It's like, yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Everybody do that.
I know about that.
Like you gotta text me first, so I find out. For some reason, I just answered this one.
They call that screening our calls.
Yeah. So I answered it, and he was telling me about a TV show or something he was doing. He wanted me to be a part of it, and he threw out the name Fantasy Management. So I was like, yo, so you do management? I was like, it's really funny. I was just on the phone 5 seconds ago talking about a management thing, and you called. Maybe we should hook up. And it just took it from there. We're trying to build a team.
Again, things happen for a reason.
That's the God flow.
Yeah. So, you know, I want to go back to Lyrical Track. That's an acronym in itself. That's, you know, tell me about that. Lyrical Trap. What does that mean?
It's broad to me. It means a lot to me. To me, it's a style. Coming from like the content where we rap from, being from Baltimore City, being a black man in America. Unfortunately, we come from struggles where we're trapped. We're in the trap. That's real. Like Atlanta birthed trap music because it was real. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just entertainment. But I think as that grew, fans of rap music put people in a box and be like, well, that's not rap because it's trap. Like rap is hip hop is supposed to just be this. Like it evolved. You know what I'm saying? I know the number one reason, like people like KRS-One and everybody that raised us in hip hop used to say be original. So when they came with their original style, why we hating on it? Now it's saturated. Now I would say that. But we can still get the content out. And then I think when people get these trap beats, they don't rap on them for real. It's like this style because I don't want to diss it and call it mumble rap or whatever they do break down. But you know what I'm trying to say. It ain't really lyrical.
Okay. They call it mumble rap.
So when you hear my music, you gonna hear the lyrics, and I might catch that trap wave and something. Content-wise, it's also just like being able to spit about harshness and struggle and not really praise it. Like I think a lot of times what's happened with the new music, like when I used to listen to JayZ, everybody know where JayZ come from. It's like it's not foreign. He was a hustler, he was a drug dealer. But Jay started to portray it as that I'm not really telling you it was the coolest shit in the world. But if that is what you're gonna do, this is how you do it. It's happening now, nobody's schooling these kids. They actually, like, cause the average rapper ain't doing that no more. Cause first of all, if you're rapping about it, you would be a fool to still be doing it.
I think he can relate to it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, cause he's been there, and that's where he started.
Yeah, but I found out what these artists are doing, that they really misguiding people. Like I come from that, I know what it really is like that. I got, like my parents was locked up, I got family, you know what I'm saying? So I know certain, when you're moving out in the street, you ain't supposed to move like that. And what's happening in music, nobody's giving these kids knowledge of how to hustle.
Since you say about knowledge, let me ask you this. The perpetuation of lean, your opiates, your OxyContin, they're being pushed out through TV, if you will, as well as advertisements and mainstreaming the rappers and songs. What's your take on that? Are you going to do that in your music? Is that in your music?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the lifestyle and the culture. Like I watched the Meek Mill come out saying he was addicted to him. I don't have not one piece of drug problem or addict, but I wouldn't lie and be like, I ain't never popped a perk.
Okay.
I mean,
So you
like,
tried it?
I'm gonna keep it real. Like,
I thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, but it ain't what you do, is how you do it. And I think that's, again, it's the guidance and knowing what you're doing. I mean, I'm very open-minded to something like this. This might sound weird. The promotion of it and drilling in people's face, I don't agree with it. But if you have a rapper and that's what his lifestyle and he rapping about it, we can't judge him. It's up for the parents or who, like, I'm not here to be your parent. I'm here for my own life. So if you want to be a fan of me because I'm sipping lean, that's up to you. Like, I hate to say it, it's harsh, but it's always been like that. We got introduced from weed from rap music, from Bob Marley. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's been coming out, so it's like, it's
he was
the
a
world.
big part of it.
Like, it's a million people in the world. This is really happening.
He was a big part of you know, that time with the weed and all that. But do you feel like that you are forced into being a role model when you were a rapper? Do you feel like that's forced upon you?
No. I think, I just feel like I'm forced to tell the truth and show it. Because if I felt that way, then I probably shouldn't rap, because I'm pretty sure my kids don't look at me like as my fans do. And there's certain things that I would wish my kids didn't hear, but I had to come to reality. This is really me.
So do you sit down with your kids and say, you know what, Daddy's going to do this, and Daddy's going to say that, but I don't want you to do this and do that. Is that what you're saying?
No, we don't really have too much discussions about my music. They know it's out, but I don't promote it to them. Like a lot of people ask me, like, yeah, kids young, why you were getting a post? I was like, that ain't really my role for them to do that. They choose to go on Apple Music and listen to me, that's fine, but I'm not pushing that on them. We don't get in the car. I don't even listen to my music around my kids.
Okay. There's one line in the song that caught me. I mean, it just caught me. And I think it's Lyrical Trap House. You said, I don't really care about the pussy, but I love the throat. Can you tell me what that means? I think I know what it means, but can you break it down for me?
It's like, it's no emotion in that. That's a fulfilling thing for me. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm just getting some head, then you know we ain't in a relationship.
Oh,
you
no
know,
connection.
We're just like friends. This is not no connection. This is a satisfaction thing for each
Okay.
other as adults.
Okay.
We want to satisfy each other, but like, don't call me and ask me to go out. Don't even ask me what I'm doing unless we doing this.
Okay.
It's like, that's what that kind of means.
Okay, I got it.
So your girl can't get mad at you for that.
So you telling me your girl don't mind if you go ahead on and just get the dome, hits per se?
I'm currently not in a relationship where that matters, but women I'm dating, that's how all my relationships have been.
Okay.
Because it's just real. It's like, I don't understand, like, just being for years, like, it's power. We find out all these about these side women and stuff. Like, how am I going to be famous or popping and you really think I'm not? Well, I'm just going to turn down every girl.
Okay.
It's like, it's unrealistic.
I wanted
So
to ask
any
you
woman I
about
love,
Yeah.
I would want her to know that.
Yeah.
So
I
you
wanted
got
to
to
ask
love me
you-
for me, so it's like,
Is it
that's
tough?
how I'm rocking.
Tough balancing, your career, your rap career with the normalcy of dating. Is it tough for you?
super tough.
Tell me about it. What's it like?
It's tougher than you can imagine, because I just came out of a situation like I was engaged, and the only reason why I didn't go to this next step is because I had to make a choice to be like, am I going to focus on the marriage or focus on my career? And I chose to focus on my career, which was a hurtful thing because the person, I definitely loved them, and I know they was a ride and down for me, but it had nothing to do with that. It was so much bigger. Because what happens is, when you passionate about something, you only got so much love as you can share. So I love music. So it's kind of be hard for me to put, when you marrying somebody, you got to put them beside you or put them in front of you, just equally so important. So I ain't want to play her or even play myself knowing that I'm going to put music before you.
Okay.
So it's definitely hard. That's why I see all the dope artists. If you take somebody like Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, currently their music careers are not doing that well, right? But they were in a situation that it doesn't matter. They can start a family. Cool, Swiss is straight. If he never make another beat, he ain't got nothing. Now he is about to put out music again, but if you notice, both of their careers just took a real laid back chill because they was focused on what they love and building it. When you get something iconic like JayZ and Beyonce, that's like the fairy tale.
Let me ask you about JayZ and Beyonce. I see they dropped their album the same day as your boy Nas.
Let's go.
I see you talked about Nas in your songs and JayZ as well.
That's my favorite rapper, Nas.
That's awesome. Shout out to JayZ. Shout out to Nas. But I see you talked about him. Tell me, how that make you feel? Like, was that like a bad move for Jay? What do you think?
Honestly, I caught it off the rip, and people used to be telling me I overthink stuff like that. But I know, like by me being in the culture for so long, like I really lived this. I was like, I know JayZ had to know what he was doing. Now, did he plan it? I don't know.
You don't think no shots were fired?
It could be, because you never know. I definitely knew he could have not did it. That's what I will tell you. Like, he could have been like, oh, yo, that's the homie album. Let's chill and drop it another day. So I think, because first of all, it's a joint album, and it's other people's decisions too. This might not be JayZ's all the way decision.
Right.
That's what people understand. Now, he's JayZ. He can say, I'm not going to do it. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to
business of
say.
it all.
I think he was aware of what he was doing, but I don't really think, because they didn't got cool. Nas has a stock and title. I don't think it was like, I'm about to fuck yo over. But I do think it was, that's the type of person Jay was, that if somebody came with the idea to drop it, he like, yeah, that do make sense. It'll make people talk, do it.
While we're on the subject
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
did-
it was a smart move.
I didn't think
He
of
was
that.
like, I ain't gonna block it, because I mean,
Right.
let the people choose. And then it's an R&B album too.
I
It's
didn't-
not like he dropped his
a rap album, right?
You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
didn't
So,
think of it
like
that way. I didn't see it that way. But now that you put it in my brain that way, in my psyche, maybe it was a business move he didn't have any control over?
Well, JayZ always has control.
Okay.
I mean, JayZ, but he also he don't market all his own stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably, it's other people in the room taking. Like, I'm pretty sure in the world we live in now where everybody want the new tweet or something to talk about, that somebody had a bright idea and was like, y'all should drop the album tomorrow because of Nas, and people gonna pop it up and do this. Now, JayZ kind of put him like, yo, that's my man, I ain't doing that. But then he probably was like, that's my man.
He don't mind.
He don't really care, I'm dropping it. If they want to talk and do it,
Two different
cool.
types of genres.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we arguing about these people are millionaires. Like, their life is fine. Trust me. If anything, it might have made people go stream Nas' album if you wasn't a Nas fan because we talked about it.
Right.
So that's why people don't know the strategic thing. I don't think he did it straight to block him like how everybody thinking, but he knew people would talk about it.
So quote me a verse from the song that you wrote to JayZ, the letter. You talked to, you said you referenced Nas, I think it was.
Oh, when the line I referenced Nas. Oh, when I was like, so when you asked Nas, was he trying to kick knowledge? Mm-hmm. And it like, cause basically, what JayZ did at this whole 444 stage was definitely schooling to Black America, to the youth. It was important. But why didn't he do that when he was selling 5 million records? That's the key. And that's why I'd be like, so you telling us like Future making it, all his club records ain't like you making Big Pimpin'? Like, cause I don't see the difference. Cause I mean, Future trying to get the bag. You have the bag that if you never sell another album, it doesn't matter. So of course you can just put out a 444 now, but early in your career you couldn't. You heard J. Cole in his songs, I Let Nas Down, was kept saying Jay wasn't gonna put the album out unless I had this commercial single and all that. Yeah. So don't
Did
play
Nas
with me.
toss his demo tape or something like that? Is that when he say I let Nas down? He didn't get signed by Nas. What was that about?
He was saying that he let him down because he didn't stay true to this quote unquote hip hop thing. Okay. Like basically, J. Cole did switch his style up. To me, he started emulating Drake a little bit, singing hooks. If you listen to the earlier J. Cole, he was straight like this rapper. You know what I'm saying? So he was saying when he met Nas, Nas had told him like, you one of them ones, you can be a jewel. You know, Nas is the rapper's rapper. So he felt like J. Cole could just be that. But again, in order for J. Cole to even give us this music, like he explained with JayZ, I have to play the industry game. If these records don't come on the radio, I don't got the Miguel song, ain't no J. Cole for y'all to even be the person. So that was what he was saying to Nas, and the same thing I was sort of saying to JayZ. It was like, don't fool these people and don't understand why they hold money to their ear and doing all this because it's the Instagram era. It's no different than you having us buy champagne and pop bottles. JayZ started that, like him and Puffin it, like real talk. So that elevated to go buy a section because JayZ whole shit was shitting on people that don't really have it.
Now I didn't when I listened to the song, you know, I didn't hear or see from the video any anger from you. No, so you just wanted to talk to him. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like a real genuine letter. JayZ is a fucking inspiration to the world. Like I met him once. Me personally, it was true in the elevator. He was like, yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah, but yeah, it happened.
It was true. It really happened. Okay. But like, I'm a Sagittarius too. Like JayZ is dope as fuck. Yeah. But I was just explaining. All right, let's play devil's advocate and tell a little bit of the other side of the truth. Or why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just want to explain for that. And that was a conversation I probably would have had with him if I got to meet him face to face. And I know this is a true story. I got friends that know some of his friends, like Stokey and Emery. Like I know Stokey, and I met Emery, and he said he let him hit. My friend was worried, was like, yo, I'm doing business with them. I'm not gonna put up with their businesses. He was like, they know you my man, they might take this some sort of way. I was like, yo, first of all, it's JayZ. Like, if he do hit, you should be happy. Yeah. I was like,
I didn't get any anger
and then second, I'm not even dissing him, so I don't even know what you're worried about. Yeah. And the dude Stokey hit me once the video up and the viral was like, text me, was like, yo, that shit fire. I want to make sure Emery hit the joint. So I was like, real, recognize real. That's not a diss record or disrespect.
So is Emery his nephew?
No.
Okay.
I think that's his man, that's his dog.
Okay, so I see December the 4th is his birthday. When is your birthday?
November 23rd.
Okay, Sagittarius all the way.
Thanksgiving, baby. I was born on Thanksgiving.
I want you to stop for a second. What? Just take a deep breath, and I want you to tell me something that we as supporters and fans don't know about Bossman. And I want you to dig deep and give it to me. Don't sugarcoat it. What don't we know about you that that you keep secret?
I think that when my music may come off and I've kind of heard this, it was like, oh, I'm harsh to people because I just like speak harsh truth. I'm actually a very loving and emotional person, like even with women. So a girl would think, oh, you don't love me, you only love yourself and you're selfish, but I actually love everybody, so I probably love too much.
Okay.
So that's.
So you keep that hidden, huh?
Yeah, keep it hidden.
So now
I'm
we
emotional.
know people. We know.
I'm emotional.
We
Right.
know that. Tell me what makes you hurt.
That's dope. That's a lot. Backstab, distrust, or something like that. Because I'm a very loyal person. Even though I put it out there, I want what I want out of my situation. I guess you could say I'm loyal and selfish at the same time. But I think you should be self-sufficient and be selfish. But I'm definitely not cruddy. I've really never done nobody wrong. So distrust or being taken for granted will hurt me.
Okay.
Because I feel like I really try to help people.
Okay, that's awesome. Your mom, what was it like when you were small? Did you live with your mom, your dad?
You say it again?
When you were a small kid, did you live with your mom and dad?
Yeah, in the beginning, there was a separation point in my life, elementary school, for like 9, where they was incarcerated. My father got 25 years. He ended up doing 17, so he was gone all the time. My mother got locked up in the same case, and they gave her 5, but she got pardoned by the government, took off her record, like found innocent, so she was only gone for 2 years. That was the biggest space. Me and my mother was real close. It's like my best friend, like the homie. We've been through anything you can imagine. More that what some people would judge you ain't supposed to be with kids. Like we've been in a situation where our BG&E might have been cut off, and my mother would give me the money to go flip it.
Okay.
Now most persons would judge that like, what is this the worst thing you could do? But what are you supposed to do in the household when y'all have an issue?
Okay.
You call on the family. If you got to boss up and do what you got to do. So I hope people don't have to do that, but in a situation when you do, you got to be able to depend. So I always had love in my family. Like, we went through problems where it was drug addiction or fights, even to the point where my mother shot at my father.
Wow.
All types of crazy stuff like that. But never, not once, it was the ounce where I felt like I wasn't loved in the house or mistreated as the son, or me and my sister. Like, we had that type bond. So I think that's dope no matter what, because we all can judge people and say how shit happens, but it's your life. You got one life, and nobody knows about people in that situation. But
so does this lean over to your music? Is this what makes you write?
Yeah, definitely. That's what definitely inspired me to rap. Like growing up, when you young like that, like we had to lie and say my mother went away to college.
Yeah,
and then people started figuring it out. It was like, your mother ain't in no college.
Yeah.
Like, but you young, I don't know how to tell nobody that, like, it's not cool for your mother to be in jail. So it was like, how do you say
Mom
that?
locked up.
Yeah, so I was like rapping. And then, you know what made me do that though? This is a true story, Tupac. Once I heard him say his mother was getting high and he still loved her, it was like, damn, yo kept it that real. Because we all knew people mothers was getting high.
Yeah, and still,
I was like,
you know this.
But nobody would say it.
Yeah.
So it was like when he said it, I was like, damn, you kind of can use rap and just tell people your truth about, you throw it on them, you know what I'm saying? That you ain't gonna come outside and be like, yo, guess what? I got a crackhead for a mother. But into a song, into a beat and explaining it, people be like, damn, oh, I get that, that's fucked up. So it was a way to tell your story and be personal, but not feeling like you just sharing your business with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's an outlet.
Well, I want to go back to when you talked about title, and you said that JayZ, you know, he's boss. You know, he make his own decision in the end.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way with the management you're in now? Are you vocal? Like, this is what I want? Or are you more humble? I mean,
no,
what do you
I'm
do?
very vocal at this point. I used to be more humble, and that's why I feel like I'm not rich.
Okay.
When it can't come to that, you dig what I'm saying? Because this is what I'm saying. If you lay back and you running something, it's business at the end of the day. And not to be funny, can't nobody worry about my life like I'm gonna worry about my life. My mother gone. That's probably the only person that would have. My parents. The second other person would be my kids, but they're younger than me, so they can't do that. So I got to defend for myself. When people, music is my life. Like, you dealing with my life, I ain't really got time to be humble about that. I'm need to be stern. If it don't work, it's not personal.
Okay.
It's just we can't do that because I don't want to do it for me.
Gotcha.
And if you don't want to do it, then let's not do it.
Well, there's some questions for the supporters and the fans. You know, it's no secret you've been on a sabbatical. What prompted sabbatical, and what did you do while you were away, musically and Just for your life, what did you do?
For my life, I moved to Vegas. And I think that's when people came up, because I know a lot of my fans was like confused with, when I did start putting out music, I put it under my real name, Travis Devon. So it wasn't really a success, which I would be like honest. I was like, it's kind of a disconnect.
Okay.
That comes from learning business. I don't think my fans cared, but it was a disconnect of branding. Like when people know your brand for something else and you try it, to me, it was a sincere move. Where I was at in life, I didn't even know if I still just wanted to just do music. I felt like I wanted to notch it up a little bit. So that's when I went to Vegas. I didn't even work on Vegas. And honestly, it's not even no stunt and shit. I wasn't even, Instagram was popping and I didn't even post it. Like the way these kids zap out over like, oh, you got the slick car. Like me and my man, we had a decked out mansion. But I wasn't in the zone to be posting nothing. Like it wasn't that, it was a life decision. So when I came back, I started trying to, the entrepreneur label aspect. That's what the whole brand of just branding my regular name. Because I was trying to put other artists out and do it. Shit didn't really work out for that because they didn't really get it. Like I'm having people in the studio just not really working and doing it, taking it as serious as I was. So I just bossed up and got back to Bossman. Bossman is the rapper. So now I had to figure out, it's the reality now. You're independent. You got to boss up and be the rapper and the businessman, or this shit gonna be over.
So I take it you learned.
So I had to take the literally and really be Bossman, like for real, for real.
It seems like you learned a lot from, not getting what you set out to get.
Right.
I don't call that losing. I call that experimenting and moving
Definitely.
forward. Because that's how you learn how you're winning, when you keep trying.
Well, I'm still here. Like,
Oh yeah, you right here. You
like,
right here, boss man in the flesh.
I always tell people,
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
like hip hop, when you got a passion to that, I've never had to look back and ever get a job again in my life.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I did
we
something
thank
right.
you for your musical movement, what you've laid down as far as though the road for people behind you, and at that time when you was doing what you was doing. We thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
I can thank you for that. So as a fan, as a huge supporter, what are you going to send out different with this new music that I had a chance to listen to, and I want to stamp my approval on it? Yeah, I said it. Teresa Davis said it. What are you going to give different to the people that are waiting?
I think it's naturally different because I'm naturally grew. Like one thing, like my music always been true, so it's like you getting a different boss man. So I think the aspect is gonna come from is gonna feel different in a good way, because I think I've also embraced the culture of what it is today. Like I'm not one of the people that's gonna fight it because it's moving this way. I'm gonna embrace it because the same way I was a fan of hip hop when Wu-Tang was the dopest shit and it influenced my music, I need to be a fan of these new artists too to let it influence my music, because it's like, it's what's going on. Like I hear rappers so many times, he's like, I hate that shit.
Big ups to you.
I'm like,
yeah, big ups to you.
Why you hate it though, for real though?
Because everything's going to evolve.
Yeah, because it's going to evolve. Now if you don't like it, that's different than saying I hate it.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying?
But
like,
you embracing it.
You shitting on this shit, and this part of was our shit.
I see you embracing it, and if you're going to be a part of it, you're going to have to embrace
you got to learn it. You be a student of it and embrace it. So I think they're going to appreciate that. And then I just think when I'm about to do the movie for the my other album, like Lyrical Trap is just like a teaser. So we can put that out there. It's an EP. First single is Lyrical Trap, entitled that.
Very catchy. Very catchy.
Thanks. You know how I wrote that song?
How?
We was in a traffic jam going to New York, and we had a driver and everything to do it, but I knew nobody was gonna get us there. It's raining like crazy. I actually wrote I wrote 2 records that day. I wrote the intro to it driving, and then wrote Lyrical Trap that's in my head.
Wow.
And I laid that shit in like 35 minutes.
Awesome.
Because we was on the session was taking so long, overrunning, and I just was like, all right, well let me do this last joint. And Rich Khan knocked it out. For that to be my single, it's like super dope. Because it happened so naturally and it felt good. And we was about to push another record, but I was like, something about this, and then my man Louie had told me, he was like, yo, if you never listen to me, go hard with this record and do something. I was like, yeah, I agree, because this shit, something feels special about it.
How did you meet this guy, Louie? I see him in your videos. He's in Lyrical Trap. I seen him in, was it Write the Letter to JayZ? He was driving. How did you meet Louie, and how did that happen?
I was on a video shoot one day and he tried to rob me.
He tried to rob you?
It's like, nah. That's when people say they want us, like really my homie when we was coming up. Like I had to take you back to super rap stuff. Like before I was Bossman, And we had a group first. You know what I'm saying? Me, him, and my neighbor, which was his friend. They was older than me, so they put me on. So they was like the older dudes, like my big brothers at the time. But I was young and real ambitious with the music. We started that. We'd have been in people's houses recording with roaches coming out Emerson Avenue. Like we still talk about
Real
that.
trap.
Real trap shit, like for the music. So it's genuine. He took another path as I started pushing with music, but every time we would see each other, if I didn't see him in like 2 years, it was just still natural. So we probably seen each other like 3 years ago down the casino, and we were just talking. I was like, yo, this one feel different. We really need to rock and rekindle some shit. And just from there, we just been rocking. Been definitely supporting me, hold me down.
This will be the conclusion of my questions, and then I want to ask you to play a small short game really quick for me so we can wrap things up. But you know, it's an awesome interview. I thank you. I want to ask you. You said something on your one of your lyrics. You said you lost 2 deals. Tell me real quick, and the people that are listening, what happened with your 2 deals that you lost.
The first one was with Jermaine Dupri and Virgin Records, and I definitely got to clear it up because I go somewhere where people was like, yo, what happened with So So Def? I was never assigned to So So Def.
Okay.
So this is how this works. Jermaine Dupri was the president of Virgin Records because he was in a relationship with Janet Jackson.
Control.
So Janet Jackson, if anybody know music, is Virgin Records.
Okay.
She might not own it, but she put the lights on in that building.
It's faced up at all.
Yeah, she's Virgin Records. So if she said, I want my boyfriend to run the label, they gonna let him run it.
Okay.
So he took interest. We dropped Law and Order, so over 10,000 copies, SoundScan. That's why I had songs on radio and all that. We had Universal gave us a content offer. Columbia put money on the table, and then JD showed real interest and doubled it up. It was a special thing to me because when I was young, my first talent show I was rapping as Crisscross.
Okay, yeah.
So this is a true shit. So I used to write the raps to the Crisscross shit when I used to go visit my mother. Now, fast forward 3 years from that, when I was in the young group, we had a meeting with the dude Eddie. He was an A&R because my grandmother had met Jermaine Dupri's father.
Wow.
Set us up, we fly out to Atlanta to go. Before I leave, my mother told me, I'm not trying to discourage you, but you're not about to go get a deal with Jermaine Dupri because the deal was only for you. I swear to God.
Wow.
And then for 10 years later, however long that later that was, for me to sign one, I was like, damn, this must be dope for it to happen. And then he was like, yo, I never really worked with hip hop, and I want to rebrand that when we were this new label. And doing it, so when we do the deal, we structure it so we run our own budget. You know what I'm saying? It was like sort of like a joint venture, which looking back, I would have never done. Because what I learned, that JD cared more about So So Def than anything. That's his pride and joy.
Okay.
So all the budget money was moving to So So Def instead of really into me. We would rock sometimes and get cool, but he never put all that effort once I structured the deal that way.
Gotcha.
So that's just like an experience. Like if you want to sign with somebody, get closer to the boss as you can get. Because it's like the 48 Laws of Power. If I was on So So Def, brand and So So Def,
It'd been different.
it's a difference. He got a different investment in it. You know what I'm saying? Because So So
That's
Def
his
is
baby. Yeah, that's his baby.
Make a long story short, he fucks up Janet album. Janet album bricks. JD's fired. They shutting down the urban side of the label.
So that's what
Because I only
happened.
brought you here to really run Janet shit. Because y'all together, that shit bricks, so everybody out. He talked, said he was going, wherever he go, he was going to take me whatever I wanted to do. He didn't keep his word. We still cool because I've seen him past that. Like, and been in Atlanta, I'm here on Twitter, tell me stop by the studio.
Awesome.
Relationship Gucci. But it didn't work out business-wise. The other deal I had was and I get out of that deal, I dropped my second album, The Re-Up. This is at the time when everything is transforming to digital. You know what I'm saying? So in my brain, I'm old school, the Master P way. I made it from off the trunks, selling the records, but it didn't go. But I still did good on The Re-Up because I sold close to 5,000 copies. Now you gotta keep, this is only in Baltimore, like it's hard as shit to really do that. I know that sounds like, to people that are like, that ain't
It's
that
tough.
much.
Oh, I know.
But it is a lot. Like when you talk about doing it in the DMV area, that I had a record on there with Gucci Mane, and Warner Brothers set the deceased in order because we never got we paid Gucci Mane, right? But we never got clearance from his label.
Okay, yeah.
So once we started
Making
getting
moves
sales on
around
SoundScan,
Yeah.
they shut it down. The distribution company got mad. The album get pulled off the shelves. Luckily, God blessed me because it break me off. I still got a deal out of it though.
Okay.
So that was dope. So that's when I signed with MySpace / Interscope. MySpace was coming in the digital thing. It was the wave at the Soulja Boy pop, so they wanted to step into music. it was the coolest thing because I actually really got to meet Tom and sit back and look like, you know, he was the big thing back then.
Okay.
But they had no idea on how to work music in the music business. It was me, Christina Milian over there, and can't remember his name, Jeremy Green. If y'all know, like Puffy had signed him too.
Okay.
And I'm talking about so when Break Me Off, nobody never knew how the video came out. So I would get flyed up there. They was like, yeah, we got this dude. This is when Red Cameras was supposed to do all this. So we was like, let's shoot the video in Baltimore though. Cause it was like, it's my first video. I need to know where I'm from. No, come on, LA and do all that. So he was like, they ain't even know how to get the clothes right. Like with the president of the company, I was like, I'm not shooting for the styles they broke them. I'm not shooting this shit. No. It was that bad. After the video came out, I was like, I'm not putting it out either. They was calling girls off Craigslist models in the video.
Okay.
But I'm like, they ain't know though. Cause think about, it's the new age. So Craigslist is just popping, MySpace popping. So they thinking like this, you can do that. And I'm like, no, you can't. Yeah, now you can. Yeah. You can go on IG and find a dope model evolve. So I see where they bring that, but it wasn't not there yet.
Not that time.
At this time, you still got to do music the way we doing music then. So when Twitter popped, MySpace just fell off. So they shut down the label, just gave me my masters back. But the way we did the deal anyway was good because it was structured for one song. They gave me money for that with the option to do a whole album for both of us. And a lot of people don't know, I made more money off that deal and Break Me Off than I made off my whole deal
with your masters and all.
And that's just learning your business.
So you're learning your business.
You dig what I'm saying? Awesome. So I was like, a lot of people just was like, hear the thing with the Jermaine Dupri was the biggest. It really wasn't the biggest success. Yeah, to y'all is what y'all got out there. Behind the scenes, Break Me Off was probably my most successful moment in my life.
Okay. Thank you for being honest and opening up to us. Now, I want to ask you 4 words, and then I want you just to, off the dome, just tell me what you think from these 4 words. Okay?
Okay.
So my first word is going to be money.
Oh, I love it.
Does it? Just straight love it.
I mean, you said the first thing that comes
to mind. Yeah, that's the first thing. I love it. I love it.
Get money.
Okay. Awesome. Pain.
I would love to stay away from it, but I understand it because it lets you feel it. It lets you know stuff is real. Everything ain't gonna be up, so I can appreciate the pain. Just don't want too much of it.
Awesome. Trust.
Tough. I don't even think I got it.
Don't even have it.
I don't trust nobody.
So it's gone.
I love people, so I will trust our love, but I don't never think in the wrong or right position anything can happen. Not that I'm cool with it and saying I want it to happen, but my antennas is up that it could.
Okay. Change. That's the last word.
The best experience ever. Change is dope.
Awesome.
You should always change.
Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you.
I appreciate you.